Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Zelkenon, and this is another episode of Smite Super Builds. So we have Agni here. Somebody mentioned something about my Agni build, the one that I made like a month ago, that Focus Void Stone was no longer there and you couldn't find it. So yeah, that item did get removed, but I figured I might as well just refresh the entire build, and maybe give some new tips that I haven't given before. So let's jump right in. So actives kind of vary, as always, depending on what you're playing. If you're playing Conquest mid lane, you may want meditation to last longer or not. Typically most mages in the mid lane, more in the higher leagues, they tend to get purification beads, since in the middle lane that's where most of the action goes down, so you're most likely going to get CC'd there. But you can still use it outside of Conquest, of course. Let's say you get stunned, purification beads and use your 3 right out of the mess, so that's one way to use it. Of course Ares, always good to use it against him, and Hades. So Comma Blink, used pretty often on Agni's, serves as a alternative to his 3. So you can maybe like 3 in and then blink back out. So there's just some options. Just pick what you want. For boots, I'm going to go choose Magi. I want to try to get as most damage as I can. He doesn't need too much cooldown reduction, as his ulti has a fairly short cooldown, and also his cooldown on his 2 progressively gets less as you put more points into it. So that is that. I'm still going to pick up Void Stone. You could choose not to if you want, but I like a little bit of magical protection. And also what's kind of cool with the aura is sometimes you may use your 3 to get it in their face and then combo with your 1 and then fire or whatever the order may be. So yeah. If they're on you, you can use your 3, so they would be debuffed with magical protection, and then you do more damage. So you can kind of combo it that way. It's really up to you on what you want to do. So that is that. Spear of Magus. So you can switch this out for Obsidian Shard if you'd rather. It's totally up to you. But the way Spear of Magus can work with Agni is the ticking of damage, allowing more stacks of the passive, in a way of acting as more penetration and reducing their magical protection. So your 1 does a tick, your 3 does a tick, and also your passive does a damage over time. So that's how you can use Spear of Magus. In some cases it may be better to use. In other cases you may just want to go Obsidian Shard. It is like 200 gold cheaper. It does give you more power, but it's a 33% magical penetration, versus this is 15 flat, and then a stack of 20% if you get all the stacks, and then another 20 points. So you can mess around with that, explore. Chronos Pendant, now this is kind of iffy. I like to have 1 cooldown item on Agni personally. Chronos Pendant will work more effectively like an Assault or Conquest, where you're going to be pretty far from your base, or you can't return to your base for get your mana back. But also, I don't know, you can switch this out with Breastplate of Valor if if they have assassins in the other team, or heavy ADCs. So it's kind of up to you. The thing is, you will lose quite a bit of magical power if you switch to Breastplate of Valor, but the MP5 kind of works the same as having that much more mana from Breastplate of Valor. So it's really up to you what you want to do there. Just having the extra 25% cooldown reduction on, I was about to say Ares. Agni is really nice to have. More ultis for you. Just a real nice combination of everything. Then I'm going to pick up Polynomicon. I personally love it for most mages, not all mages. Just some mages it doesn't feel quite right. But it's a nice combo. So let's say they're in front of you, you can drop your 1 and then 2, then they're stunned, then you use your Polynom, and that's going to pretty much almost end them. If not, that should end them with that combo alone. Or you can do your 1 ulti combo, maybe some fire, and then Polynom. That should kill about pretty much everybody with that. So Polynom is really powerful, so make sure to use that. But it does require some skill of landing your basic attacks. And then finally, Ratatouille to finish off our magical power. So we're standing at a lovely 506 magical power, 63 base scaling physical defense, 80 magical defense. So sitting pretty well. Do some basic attacks. pretty good. Got some nice fire. The yellow tick, that was the Apollyon. Do a little bit more. Nice, nice. That's a combo to use there. So let's go ahead and try to get a red buff, do some damage with that. That was a good combos. So we got red buff now, sitting at 602 magical power. Go beat up Gold Fury here. Some pretty good damage output there. So I'm actually going to skip the rest of the damage testing. It's pretty self-explanatory of how much damage it does with this build. I'll just hit smack up raw a little bit. So let's go ahead and just go full buffs here. Poor roll. Yeah. Safe to say, this does quite a bit of damage. So thanks for joining and watching. Appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.